not so easy on all of them. Which part is attached to the small intestine and which part is attached to the esophagus? So, I mean, it might be easy for you to see on this model, but this is the part that is attached to the esophagus. This is actually the esophagus that I'm holding. But if you just have a half a stomach on the tabletop, it might be a little bit more difficult to tell which part is attached to the small intestine and which part is attached to the esophagus. So what I want you to look at are the valves. Okay, there is a valve between the esophagus and the stomach. That has many names. That's called the cardiac sphincter. It's also called the lower esophageal sphincter. I don't know, it's probably called the esophageal gastric sphincter.
What is called
no, I'm talking about like right here. It's not shown. Yeah, there's all different names for it. But this valve is not very strong. So a valve and a sphincter are kind of the same thing, smooth muscle wrapped in a circular form. But it's not a very tight valve, and that's why people get agita or heartburn, reflux, right? Because I'm Italian, agita. But because this valve is not too tight. But the valve between the stomach and the small intestine is very tight. So when I get a half a stomach, I always look to see if I can see the valve. And if I can see the valve, a really tight valve, I know that that's the pyloric sphincter or pyloric valve attaching to the small intestine. Did you guys get that idea? So you want to look and see when you have that half a stomach. Okay, so this is, again, let's just call it the cardiac sphincter. The region right under there, this is called the cardiac region of the stomach. This bump is called the fundus. The major part of the stomach is the body. And then this last part of the stomach is called the pylorus or pyloric region. So you've got cardiac region, fundus, body, pyloric region, or pylorus. You've got this curve right here, which is called the lesser curvature, and then this curve right here, which is called the greater curvature. And what hangs off of these curves are those omentums. We saw it in the cat. Remember that big fat pad that you had to pull off away from your small intestine? Mm-hmm. So those are specialized mesentery that hold fat, and when it comes off the lesser curvature, it's called the lesser omentum, and when it comes off the greater curvature, it's called the greater omentum, FYI. And then when you look inside the stomach, you'll see all these folds. These folds are called rugae, and their role is to increase surface area. This is why you can eat a pie and a half a turkey on Thanksgiving, because they flatten out and expand and let your stomach get bigger. Yay. We love our rugae. So we see that rugae a couple places. We actually also have rugae in the vagina, because, you know, we have to accommodate large things that go in and out, like a baby's head.
Nice.
Right? Rugae, increased surface area. Also, you should know the two major cells, this is lecture lab kind of thing, that are in the stomach, chief cells and parietal cells. Chief cells are secreting pepsinogen, and parietal cells are secreting hydrochloric acid. Okay? So I think I did just about everything on the stomach. Am I right with that? I'm looking on that stomach list. Did I hit it all? Okay. Now, when you look at this model, this is great. We never want to get rid of this because this is a small intestine. I can't tell you the three parts, but I see this fat. That's the greater omentum. We don't have a lot of models that show the greater omentum, and here's one of them, right here, this yellow. The answer is not adipose. The answer is greater omentum.